Hello, and welcome to the exciting world of telephone service provided by your new Meridian Norstar telephone system. By now, your Norstar system is in place and you've received a telephone set, which allows you to make use of the many features and conveniences this revolutionary system makes available to you. The purpose of this video program is to help you become familiar with your telephone set. We'll be looking at the set itself, the location of the display, keys, and buttons which help you access the many functions of your new system. We'll also be looking at how to use your new telephone set, from making and receiving calls to utilizing features you may be encountering for the first time. You'll also have the help provided by your user card, which accompanies your telephone set. The card functions as a manual with clear, concise instructions on the use of your phone. This detachable panel may be removed for quick reference of feature codes. And you'll find a simplified feature list under the handset of each Norstar telephone. Now, let's take a closer look at your telephone set, which could be one of three models: the Norstar M7208, the M7310, or the M7324. Now, the M7208 and the M7310 were designed for use with a Norstar compact system, a system which offers up to 6 incoming lines serving up to 16 stations. The M7324 was designed to utilize the expanded capacity of the Norstar modular system. Currently, this model does not work with the compact system. All three phone sets can access features of the Norstar modular system, but the M7324 has adequate line buttons to utilize modular's potential for more incoming lines. Now, let's familiarize ourselves with the faces of all three of these phone sets. All three look somewhat different, and in some cases there's a slight difference in the operation of the M7208 as compared to the other two phone sets. Both the M7310 and the M7324 function in the same way. The only difference is in the design of the phone face. Now, a quick walk around of each telephone set will clarify the design elements and prepare you for accessing features and functions of either the compact or the modular system. We're going to begin with the M7310. Here, as in all three models, the handset and a feature card below it. The dial pad with star and pound buttons, and below a volume control. We'll be using the star button for features that modify characteristics of the telephone set. The pound button is used to cancel certain features. The volume control is used to adjust the volume of the ringing tones and the volume of incoming conversations on the speaker, the handset, or the headset. Now, the release button is used to terminate calls or functions. The feature button is used to initiate features of the Norstar system, and the hold button is used to place calls on hold. The two-line display with its three soft keys offers the advantage of prompting you through accessing features as well as depicting readouts of functions already programmed into the system. The line buttons access outside lines, inside lines, or intercom lines, or frequently used features which may be programmed onto these buttons. Now, the memory buttons may be programmed for both frequently used features and frequently called internal and external numbers. The 12 programmable buttons actually provide 24 storage bins. Note, each button has an upper and lower section. The Shift key switches access from the lower to the upper bin. The microphone picks up your voice for transmission to a caller on the line should you choose to converse hands-free, that is, without holding the handset. And this speaker transmits the voice of the person on the line into the room during your hands-free communications. This bottom button may be programmed for the function of hands-free, allowing you to answer and speak on the telephone without using the handset. The mute function turns the microphone off so that your voice can't be heard by others on the line. You'll be learning later how to program some of these buttons with features or frequently called numbers. Now, your M7310 may be equipped with an optional busy lamp field, which indicates what telephones in your system are in use. Well, now that we've found our way around the Norstar model M7310, let's take a look at the other two telephones. The Norstar M7324 developed to take advantage of the modular system's capacity for more lines, has exactly the same components as the M7310 that we just examined, but some of these components are in slightly different locations. Your handset and feature card are in the same place, but your two-line display and soft keys are here, just to the right of the handset, with the dial pad, star, and pound buttons and volume control button just below. Again, your set has release, feature, and hold button, line buttons, intercom, and memory buttons, which are programmable for auto-dialing inside and outside numbers and for storing features. The main difference between the M7310 and the M7324 is that on the M7324, all buttons have indicators. Now the M7208 has fewer buttons, but can perform all the same functions as the other two sets. On this Norstar model, the one-line display appears at the top of the phone face. Again, you have release, feature, and hold buttons, dial pad with star and pound buttons, and volume control, and 8 buttons which may be used for outside or intercom lines, hands-free, or memory functions. The M7208 is capable of accessing all the same features as the other models, but with the M7208 you have a one-line display, and because you have no soft keys, you use your dial pad to access your features. Now that you've seen the components of your telephone set, let's look at how your set and system function for everyday use. For this segment of the program, we'll go to an office setting for a simulated training session. We'll be using the Norstar model M7310 for training and referencing the other two models as we go along. We'll be looking at features of your new phone set that are simple to learn and use, functions designed for your convenience and efficiency. Occasionally, we'll refer to your user card, which explains all that we're covering today in a clear step-by-step process. Now, let's move to our office setting and spend some time with Amy, an employee just learning to use her new Norstar telephone set. Well, Amy, how's it going so far? Are you starting to get familiar with your new phone?
I'm learning my way around the phone pretty well, Jim. I thought I'd start by choosing a ringtone. That looks pretty easy.
It is. Let me pull up a chair here and I'll show you just how simple it is. Now start by pressing your feature button, star 6. And the display will prompt you by reading the word next, and you can press next to select the ringtone you want. Now once you find the ringtone you want, press OK and you can set that tone. If you're using a model M7208, you'll set the ringtone again by starting with feature, star 6, then going to the dial pad and pressing 1, 2, 3, or 4 for your choices, and then pressing release to set the new ring. The M7324, as we've discussed, works in precisely the same manner as the M7310. The two-line display prompts you through your choices of ringtone. You'll notice as we go along that all features on any Norstar product are accessed by pressing the feature button, then dialing the appropriate feature code, and then following the instructions on the self-prompting display. Once you've learned this three-step process, all Norstar features are right at your fingertips. Now, let's set the volume of your ring. Take a look at your user card and follow the instructions for volume control.
Okay, so I press feature, star 80, and the volume button till it's as loud or as soft as I want it.
Right.
All right. Then it says here to adjust the volume of the set speaker, I can press soft or loud while I'm on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm using the handset, the volume bar adjusts incoming conversation.
Exactly.
What a handy feature.
Of course, what you'll be doing most often is making and receiving calls. To make an outside call, check the indicators to find a free line. Indicator arrows appear beside lines or memory buttons, which are in use. A slow flashing indicator arrow means a line is ringing, and a faster flashing indicator arrow means the line is on hold. Pick up the handset. If you have an automatic line selection, an indicator arrow appears beside the line. Then you can go ahead and dial. If you don't have automatic line selection, just press a free line button, then dial. To use the hands-free function for making or receiving calls, just press the hands-free button instead of picking up the handset. You can switch back to the handset just by picking it up.
Hello, this is Phil.
Hello, Phil. This is Amy. We're just trying out the new system. Bye-bye.
When talking hands-free, you may press the hands-free mute button and it will turn off your microphone so the other party can't hear you. Then one more touch and your microphone is back on. To receive an incoming call, whether external or internal, just pick up the handset or press hands-free and the call will be automatically selected. Now, let's look at programming some features into your phone set and using the functions that you'll be able to access once your set is programmed. The features you'll want to program into your set are the ones that you'll use frequently. Programming these frequently used features onto a memory button will save you from having to dial a code to access these features. First, it's important that you be able to check to see if anything is already stored on a memory button. You do this while not on a call by using the code for button inquiry as referenced on your user card. So, Amy, let's check to see what buttons are already programmed and what the program functions are. To initiate button inquiry, press Feature, Star, 0. Now, press the memory buttons, one at a time, and your display will show you what's stored on that button. If the button is free, the display will read blank key. Button inquiry and programming work in exactly the same manner on the other two telephone sets. Now, as we proceed with programming the M7310, I'll refer to the other models just to show you how the process looks on the faces of these phones. But basically, the process itself is exactly the same on all three models. Okay, Amy, let's program a memory button.
I'm interested in the auto dial function. Now, I'd like to put my home phone number on a button and also Sandy's right here in the office.
All right. That's one outside number that you'd like to program for auto dial, and then one inside number or intercom number.
Right.
Let's start with the outside number. I'll read from the user card and you follow along on the phone set, okay?
Sure, just tell me where to start.
Okay. Let's start with your home phone number, and we'll initiate this as we do with any feature with the feature button. Right. So press Feature, Star, 1.
Okay.
Then, following the instructions on that self-prompting display, press a memory button.
Okay.
Now, dial your phone number and then press OK on the display. And that's it. The button's programmed.
Great.
So you'll want to label it. And the process is exactly the same on the M7208. But because you have no soft keys, you press the hold button to store your number. And there's another way to store frequently called numbers, which we'll talk about in a moment. But let's go ahead and we'll put Sandy's internal intercom number on auto dial.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, Sandy's number is 23. Now, do I enter Feature Star 1 again?
Well, no. To program an intercom number, you'll start with a different code. Now, as your user card indicates, let's press Feature, Star, and then 2.
Okay.
Then press a memory button, enter Sandy's number, 23, and you won't need to press hold or OK. The number's in auto dial memory.
Great. Well, that was very easy. Now, I have a question. What's the difference between auto dial, speed dial, and system speed dial?
Okay. Auto dial is one-touch dialing. Numbers that you program onto buttons that dial the number for you when you press the button. But on each phone set, you only have a certain number of memory buttons. Some you'll want for programming features, so you won't want to fill all your buttons with auto dial numbers. Speed dialing saves you time by allowing you to dial outside telephone numbers using only 2 digits. Now, this capability on the M7310 and the M7324 is currently only available on the Norstar modular system. Now, system speed dialing numbers are numbers that are put into your system by your system coordinator, and everyone on your system has access to these numbers. But personal speed dial numbers are set by you and can only be used on your telephone set.
I see.
Now, system speed dial numbers range from 41 through 70, and personal speed dial numbers range from 71 through 94. Amy, would you like to enter a personal speed dial number on your set?
Sure.
Okay. Now, on the modular system, to enter a personal speed dial number into your set, press Feature, Star, and 4. When Enter Code appears on your display, enter a 2-digit number between 71 and 94. Okay, now using the dial pad, key in the phone number you want assigned to that 2-digit number. Okay, now press the soft key labeled OK to finish the programming. And then keep a record of each personal speed dial number that you've assigned. Here's how it looks on the M7208, which applies to both compact and modular systems. You'd press Feature, Star, 4. And when Enter Code appears on the display, you'd press a 2-digit number that you wish to use as a code. Then, key in the telephone number on the dial pad, Press hold to finish, and then make a record of the code that you assigned to that telephone number. You know, speed dial is a feature which may be accessed through a code or programmed onto a single memory button. To access speed dial through its code, you'd press feature 0 and then dial your 2-digit number. If you've programmed speed dial onto one of your memory buttons, simply press the button labeled speed dial and then input your 2-digit phone number. Amy, let's go ahead and program a feature that isn't an inside or outside telephone number. How about voice call?
Now, what is voice call?
Voice call enables you to make an announcement through the speaker of another telephone set via intercom.
I see. So if I called Sandy, my voice would come through the external speaker on her phone set.
That's exactly right. Now, here, let's put it on one of your free buttons. First, let's press Feature, Star, 3, and then the button where you want to store voice call. Now, press the code for voice call, which it says on your user card is Feature 66. The button is now programmed, so you'll want to label it. Using the keycaps that came with your phone, you find the one labeled voice call and you press it onto the key that you just programmed.
So now, if I want to make a voice call, all I need to do is press the voice call button and dial Sandy's intercom number, right?
That's right.
All right, Jim, now what if Sandy doesn't want my voice coming into her office, say during a meeting, or she's doing a job that requires peace and quiet?
That's a good question. Now, on your user card, you'll see a feature called Voice Call Deny, which will prevent your phone from receiving voice calls. To activate Voice Call Deny, you press Feature 8, 8. Now, if you find that you use this feature frequently, you may wish to program it onto a button for one-touch activation. Then, when you want to deny voice calls, you simply would press that button. And programming a button on the M7208 for Voice Call Deny would work in exactly the same way. You would initiate the programming with Feature Star 3, then press a blank memory key, and then add Feature 8, 8. And the button is ready to be labeled. Now, Amy, let's program one more feature onto your memory buttons before we're looking at how to use some of these features.
All right, how about last number redial? That's one I'd probably use frequently.
Okay, the feature code for last number redial is Feature 5.
All right, so to program any feature in, I always press Feature Star 3, then the button for the feature that I'm programming.
That's right.
And the code for last number redial, which is Feature 5, and it's in.
That's right.
All right, now suppose I don't use this feature as often as I think I might. Is there any way that I can take it off of this memory button?
Of course. Now, here in the memory button section of your user card, there are instructions for erasing memory buttons. Go ahead and try it now. We can always put last number redial in again. Press Feature Star 1, and then press the button you wish to erase. To complete the erasure, press OK on your display. Now, to erase a memory button on the M7208, you would follow exactly the same process. That is, press Feature Star 1 and the button you want to erase. The only difference is, to complete the erasure, you'd press the Hold button. Now, let's take a look at how to use some of these features. Take Ring Again, for example. Suppose that you're trying to call someone inside your office and their line is busy. You can program your phone to ring theirs as soon as their line becomes free. Or, if you call someone that isn't at their phone, you can program your phone to ring theirs again later as soon as their phone is in use again, indicating that they've returned to their desk. Go ahead and call intercom number 23. I know there's no one at that station. Now, check your display and press Later. Now the display prompts you and press Yes. And your phone will ring that station again later. Now, since we happen to know there's no one there today, let's go ahead and cancel this feature by pressing Feature #2. The same procedure will look slightly different on the M7208, where we'll access the Ring Again feature by pressing the button Feature 2, but canceling Ring Again will be done in just the same way we just did it on the M7310. That is, press Feature #2. Now, you may also leave a message for someone in your office to call you by accessing the Message Send feature. In this case, when you don't receive an answer at a coworker's phone, you simply press Feature 1. Then to cancel, you press Feature #1. Remember, the pound key is the key that cancels functions. You can cancel most codes by adding a pound in between feature and the number you use to access that function. Using either the M7310 or the M7324, your display will prompt you, and if you make an intercom call and don't receive an answer, and you do not wish to ring again, you press the soft key labeled No, and the display will give you the option to send a message. Simply press the Yes soft key, and a message is sent.
Jim, there's a whole section of the user card devoted to using conference and transfer. That's something I'd really like to do before we finish today.
Okay, let's try it right now.
All right.
Now, you would make or answer the first call, so go ahead and make a call.
All right, I'll call Myra in our branch office. Hello, Myra, this is Amy. We're going to be doing a conference call with the new phone system. I'd like to call Joe in receiving right here in the building.
Okay. Now, select an open line.
All right.
Now, that puts the first call on hold automatically. Now, dial your second number.
All right. Hi, Joe, this is Amy. Myra's going to be on with us in a minute. We're going to do a conference call here.
Good. Now, when that second call is answered, you press the button labeled Conference Transfer, then press the line of the held call.
All right.
Now, if you didn't have a button for conference transfer, you'd press Feature 3 and then press the line button of the held call. Now, all three of you should be connected in the conference
We're
call.
all on this line together.
Good. Now, another interesting feature is that if one of the other parties is outside the system, you can press the release button, which would disconnect you but leave the other two parties connected.
Oh, great. I'll be getting off the line, but you two can continue talking. Bye-bye. Great.
Very good. Now, however, if both of the other parties had been outside the system, you would have to remain on the line, or the conference would be broken when you press release.
Oh, I see.
And lastly, with any phone on the compact system, the procedure for conferencing is also used to transfer calls internally.
All right, now what about transfer on the modular system?
Well, on the modular system, again, you'd either be making or answering the first call, so go ahead and make an outside call.
Hello, Bob. This is Amy. I'm going to be transferring you to Sandy here in our office with our new phone system.
Okay. Now, you can transfer without the hold button. You just press the soft key for transfer.
All right.
Or you could press Feature 70. Now, dial an inside number, in this case, Sandy's number, and then simply hang up to transfer the call. Now, that's called a blind transfer. Now, if you want to announce the call, just press the soft key for announce and enter the intercom number of the person to whom you wish to transfer the call. Then announce the call and then either press join or simply hang up to complete the transfer of the call. Now, that was easy, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But now, what happens if the person I'm transferring the call to doesn't answer?
Well, after a set period of time, the call will come back to you.
Oh, I see. So then the caller isn't left in limbo. Good idea.
Now, another way to make sure that the people who call in always get through to someone is to use the feature for call forward.
Oh, right. Now, as I understand it, I can forward my intercom line to any other intercom number, and the person at that station can pick up my calls if I'm away from my desk.
That's exactly right. Now, to forward your calls to another phone in your intercom system, just press Feature 4. The display prompts you to enter an intercom number. Now, once you've entered that intercom number, all phone calls are forwarded to that number. To cancel, press the soft key labeled Cancel. This process is exactly the same on the M7324. On the M7208, you'd press Feature #4 to cancel call forward. Again, if this is a feature that you use frequently, you can program it onto one of your memory buttons. So, Amy, how do you feel about your new phone system?
Well, with your help and my user card, I'm ready for anything.
The people who bring you Norstar want to help you get ready for complete telephone service that's simple to learn and simple to use. So thanks for using Norstar and enjoy your new phone.